Cheers, everyone.
Hey.
It is Halloween, and we decided to hit up Fretboard Brewing after recording our normal episodes at Higher Gravity Summit Park because we wanted some beer that was more Halloween themed than what Higher Gravity offers. They offer an amazing amount of beer, but we wanted draft stuff. So for Halloween, I have Witch's Brew, their Schwarzbier.
And I have Zombie Zoo from Fretboard Brewing.
Their IPA, double IPA, or is it single IPA?
It depends on who's asking.
Fair point. Well, cheers on being here, on recording an episode on Halloween.
And fuck the snow.
It was snowing earlier tonight while we were at Higher Gravity Summit Park.
How about that?
It was cool, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I'm ready for hoodie and jeans season. I love wearing hoodies and jeans. Yeah.
Full disclosure, a lot of times, Julie and I end up having, similar apparel, right? I mean, we go to breweries, we get brewery shirts, we have Truth Beer Pod shirts.
We have the same places we support day in and day out.
Yeah, but I did not communicate to Julia that I was going to wear
hoodie day.
A pullover hoodie.
You're normally a zip-up hoodie.
I'm normally a zip-up hoodie.
Yeah, and I'm normally the pullover hoodie kind of guy.
Pullover hoodie, gnarly gnome.
I'm rocking my 13 Below because it makes me look like a pumpkin, and it's Halloween, so why the hell not? Plus, this is probably one of the most comfortable, non-gray, non-black hoodies that I own. I'm adding some color to my fashion repertoire. Yeah.
Pop of color.
Yeah. So what do we want to talk about during this extra special little bonus video / audio episode, depending on how I'm able to edit things down?
Well, actually, what I thought we would talk about is when you say extra special video audio episode,
ESB,
whatever.
Extra special bonus.
ESB,
content.
extra special bonus, is something special.
Yeah.
Meaning, what makes you want to go to a brewery specifically? I mean, trivia just finished up behind us.
Yeah.
By the way,
they want you to bring their pretzels.
I showed up and
you crushed it.
They had a question and I crushed it. Just want to let you know, I'm not your ringer. I'm not your trivia ringer. However, I am a very useful trivia player. Very useful. Anyway, so they had trivia here. They had tens of people. Tens of people here.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
It's a weeknight. It's Halloween. There are a lot of things working against a lot of places.
We do a podcast. So this is...
Surprise.
This is on the heels of... We do a podcast, Cincy Beer Events, right? We sit and we give you 15 to 50 minutes of Cincy Beer Events. What's going on in the city? I'm sure all of you listen and all of you take
follow
note.
Cincy Beer Events on everywhere that podcasts are. If you can't find it somewhere, let us know at TruthBeerPod on social media, truthbeerpod@gmail.com.
Yes. But what makes you want to go? What makes you want to show up is when the time comes that we talk about Moorline Lager's Chris Kindle Market. Do you want to go? When we talk about
farmers markets, when we talk about paint nights, what is it that makes you actually want to go? Sure.
Do people actually show up to these goat yogas at 50 West? I don't know. I'm not there, but.
Wait, you don't go to those?
No. Fuck no. No. And it's not because I'm too good or too busy. It's because I don't yoga anymore. I used to yoga. Sure. Actually, there was a time when I yogaed a lot.
Power 90, the 90-minute yoga sessions that took 4 fucking
P90X, yes. I would do. I'm one of the ones that did P90X, people. I also did the insanity workout. I know it doesn't look like it now. I couldn't even make it through
the warm-up for insanity. P90X.
My warm-up was better than your workout. That was the thing. But several years ago, people. By the way, Truth Beer Pod, running, Flying Pig.
Flying Pig relay.
Coming up.
I'm terrified, but we're going to make it
I'm not terrified. I'm not prepared. But that's fine.
We still have like 6 months.
We'll get I'll be prepared. It'll be fine. It'll be great. But what makes you want to go? And what makes you want to go on a regular basis? Is it a trivia night? Is it a special event? Hold on a second. The place that I work at had a Halloween event,
Sorry.
which was a very well attended. You okay, Julian?
I'm good.
All right, I'm just worried because it snowed today, and I don't know.
I could be dying now.
Cold, flu,
Cold
and
bit.
communicable disease season. Did you listen to Mr. Pfizer and go get your?
I got a flu shot. Yeah.
That's it.
I haven't gotten the latest. This is political. I know, but
I don't think it needs to be.
I have not gotten the newest COVID vaccine because I want the Moderna version because that has worked, or that has treated me the best from all the previous COVID vaccines. So I am not the most up to date with my COVID vaccine, but I am 3 deep.
Well, I had the OG. I had the OG Pfizer, and then I had COVID a few times. So I'm good.
Josh had COVID.
I had the true shit. So like I feel like, man, I can go probably another year.
You're a rock star.
Thank you.
But anyway, back to going to events.
Yeah, but what makes you?
If you're not feeling well,
go?
Don't go to an event even if you paid for it.
Exactly.
First and foremost,
don't do that.
If you're not feeling well, just don't go.
Beer, Brews, and Bonks. I think everyone should go to Beer, Brews, and Bonks. I have personal shit going on. I can't go, but I want to go.
I'll be there to represent Truth Beer Pod. So.
And if you listen to Truth Beer Pod, I put out a challenge.
You did.
I said,
you did.
You go to Beer, Brews, and Bonks, find Julia, who will be escorted by a person that looks like a brewer, however, is not a brewer.
Not wrong.
It's her Josh.
Not wrong.
So if you find the bearded guy with a bun, next to Julia,
taking care of me as I,
you found him. Like, I found you. I said, show up, challenge Julia to Fulling, and if you beat Julia at Fulling, you can come on and be part of Cincy Beer events with us.
Hell yeah.
You'll get a headphones and mic, and
you can read from the 37 pages of events that we have going on. Yes.
But the thing is, what makes you want to go? You know, Julia, what is something that recently has sparked your interest? Because you're not an employee of the beer business, but no one. I will fight anyone who says that you're not part of the beer business. I will throat punch anyone that says you're not part of the beer business.
Which is a totally different conversation, but yes.
But what events have you gone to or that have sparked your interest recently?
To me, the events that spark my interest are the events that are I can't even say that they are at a brewery that I know is doing good things for the Cincinnati craft beer community, because there are almost none that I can think of immediately off the top of my head that are native to Cincinnati. I'm not talking about invasive species. There are no local craft breweries that I can think of that aren't wanting the entire craft beer community to succeed. That would be my first thing. Like, is this a brewery that I understand and appreciate and support their mission? Do they want the rest of the Cincinnati craft beer community to do well? That's pretty much everywhere so far. But then it boils down to, is it an event that concerns something that I am interested in or that I fully support? Goat yoga. Super fun, super you're petting goats and all that, but I've done it before, so it doesn't really appeal to me. Now, Fibonacci's Fib Farm classes, a lot of those have really cool tie-ins to sustainability and trying to make sure that we're doing what we can to sustain ourselves.
Okay, so which one did you go to?
I haven't been able to yet, just schedule-wise. But again, you didn't say which ones have I gone to. You said what makes me want to go to one of the events that we're promoting.
True. And but ultimately, you being there, ultimately the point is to get someone to show up, right?
I guess if you want to boil this down to what events are we promoting that I want to go to and that I am signing up to go to.
Sure.
Beer, Booze, and Bonks. I'll use that as like the big example.
Great.
It is run by a very good friend of yours, of both of ours.
So near the Fulling warehouse.
the owner of the Flowing Warehouse. Gnarly Gnome, I mean, he's in there somewhere.
Actually, I've never
but,
met the owner of the Flowing. I don't know this person. This person would not know me. Doesn't care about Julia.
It's
no,
run,
but the Gnarly Gnome is a friend.
But the reason that
of mine, not Julia.
No, I don't know the guy. But I know that the guy, the gnome, does an absolute
identifies as a guy for sure.
ton for the Cincinnati craft beer community and the craft beer industry as a whole.
I think you're selling yourself.
He does something that I want to support. I want to support what he does to promote Cincinnati craft beer. So no matter what it is, if I can make it to that event, I'm going to support that event. Friendship aside, it's something that is showcasing what we as Cincinnati have as a craft beer community.
Well,
so I want to support that, so I want to go to that. Well, but I feel like that's a bigger
I agree
thing than like the smaller individual events, the craft fairs and the paint nights and that kind of thing.
Well, you were a part of the the Brew Ash Beer Run?
Yep.
Which supported Fretboard and Blue Ash
50 West, Higher Gravity Summit Park, Blue Ash Summit Park.
Within the past year, you were also at Missing Link Fest.
Missing Link Fest, yep.
Second time at Missing Link Fest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You, within the past year, also time span, you were at Sonder and Friends Oktoberfest 2022. I don't think you made it to 2023.
No, I wasn't able to make it this year now.
But we had a lot of Sonder Oktoberfest beer because we did record from Sonder. I think the very week they released Oktoberfest
that might have been,
as well as we were part of.
And who was the only one that actually got a liter?
Well, you got one first.
Yeah.
You weren't the only one that got one. You just got one first because.
Well, okay, so let's turn
Julia
the table.
shows up and wants to know. I mean, what's the largest format? Damn it!
Right. I mean, can I get a gallon of this to set at the table?
Right.
But let's turn the tables. Your schedule is a lot more restricted than mine is as far as going to events. So for you, what makes an event stand up to you? The events that we've mentioned on Cincy Beer events that make you go, I want to make an attempt to get here. I want to try to find a way to make going to this event happen. What is that for you?
So that's a good question because I'm restricted. I'm restricted because
you have kids. I mean, it's
a
lot of things. You don't need to go into all the details.
Kids and a wife, but I'm a GM for a craft brewery, so I am at work when these things are going on at other places.
Yes.
So these things are it's tough to balance, right? So an event that you and I were both at that I didn't mention a minute ago, we were both at Big Sis. I was at Big Sis and you were there, my wife was there, you know, we had a great time at Big Sis. That's an event that I've always had a passion about, that I've only been recently able to be a part of or attend. I love supporting places that I like and the emotional connection to the people that I know that are there.
That's fair.
I would love to go to Common Beer's anniversary. I would love to go to Sonder anniversary. I would love to go to High Grain anniversary. I would like to make it to Beer, Booze, and Bonks, which I did last year. But this year I can't.
And the year before,
And the year before.
Yeah.
This year I can't. I'm just beside myself. But anyway.
So for you, it's more about supporting, is it the people or the brands, the businesses, the breweries as a whole?
I do feel that they are connected. And so I like those things. And for me, years ago, local meant so much. The place that I could go to that was the closest to me. However, I don't even get to the places that are closest to me with any frequency anymore because of my work schedule, because of my family schedule, that sort of stuff.
That's fair.
But for those of you that are not in the business, what do you want? What do you want to see? I mean, clearly trivia night brings a lot of people out, but and then I've always felt that live music in a tap room adds to the ambiance of the tap room. I didn't think that live music ever drew extra people. I always felt that it was to keep the people that came, to keep them there longer. And every now and then you have somebody that does bring, 10 people, 15, 20 people, and 20 people at an average tab of, let's say, $37 a tab. You extrapolate that to 20 people, that's a quantifiable business expectation.
But to kind of twist that slightly.
Sure.
I feel like the space has to be set up correctly for live music. If it's something
there's some spaces that are
live
just awful,
and just the speakers or whatever the sound placement is makes it so that you can't talk to the person you showed up to the brewery to talk to. That's a problem, and that might be a turn off for some people. But we don't really cover a lot of.
You and I have been to Fretboard a couple. Now I don't think we've ever been to Fretboard together on a Friday or Saturday where music
specifically for live music. Sure,
but my wife and I have showed up to Fretboard. Cincy Brass was playing. I wanted to see Cincy Brass. It was shoulder to shoulder, packed in here.
That's awesome.
They serve food. You don't even don't think about ordering food. There's nowhere to eat the damn food because you're standing
too many people. Yeah,
shoulder
you have
to shoulder,
to be like,
and then it's so goddamn loud. But it's an amazing experience. And we actually left and went to Longhorn and had a so-so experience, whatever. But the point is, the place was packed. It was packed. Now, granted, that was pre-COVID. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Like, I imagine they have good groups, good attendance, but
I've been here to Fretboard for a musical act that I actually found through Fretboard's social media. They're like, this is the best music video from a band that we have ever had the pleasure of hosting, and I went, that music sounds awesome. It was Spirit of the Bear they're from the Columbus-ish area. Came down for their show. Absolutely phenomenal. But I mean, Fretboard is all about music. They do the sound for that incredibly well. But outside of music, find out what kind of events would draw you to go to a brewery for them. Is it paint and pipe nights? Is it yoga with or without goats? Is it, a farmer's market or a craft fair? There are so many events that we try to promote week in and week out.
Yeah, I have a friend who would go to Mad Tree's Farmer's Market and take his kitchen knives there because there was a person who would sharpen
the knives. Right.
I mean, there's a value there. And he would get a pint or two while he was at Mad Tree, which is great.
Sure.
But, what makes you want to go to a place? That's what I want to know.
Let us know what makes you want to go to these places, and we will, not that we have direct tie-ins to every single brewery in the area, but we can at least try to promote as much as we can. Hey, if someone wants to do instead of a painting night, a decoupage night, which I believe Streetside was it that did. I mean, communicate with your breweries. Like, hey, I'd love it if you had an event that focuses on this. That's what starts a lot of these things, and that's what gets people into these places.
A year ago, Julia, we had pages and pages of charcuterie board classes. Pages and pages. Yeah. We don't have any. Why? Did everyone go that wanted to find out how to make a charcuterie board?
They all know how to make them.
They all went last year, so you all know how to make them now. Yeah. It's done. Like, I don't want to go. Or is it because they wanted like $80 to figure out how to make a fucking charcuterie board?
You bring that board home with you, so it's like, meat's expensive. I kind of get it, but let us know. Let more importantly, not even us. Let the breweries that you go to frequently know what this is what kind of events I want you to have, and then encourage those breweries to promote their events more than just the week of.
Please.
2-3 weeks in advance, so we can tell everyone about them.
Breweries, listen.
Listen, Linda.
Stop with this bullshit where you're promoting your event the week of or 2 or 3 days before. Put your shit out way earlier than that.
You're not wrong.
You should have a calendar of events in advance. I'm not going to tell you how far in advance. I know how far in advance I would recommend. You put it on your fucking calendar and you put it out there with enough notice. We're going to talk about it. We. Julia, the authority on these things, is going to talk about it.
Queen of screams.
Stop with your bullshit last minute. Why does no one show up to your, Rick Astley night? It's
On a Wednesday because you didn't mention it
until Monday. You know, all those Rick Astley fans out there are waiting
They
for someone
gave you
and
up.
somebody.
You let them down.
You let them down.
You turned around and hurt them.
That's it. You turned around and hurt them.
Not wrong.
It's your fault. Put it out.
We still love you even though it's your fault.
Well, I know Rick's never going to give you up.
No.
He's never going to let you down. But the breweries, you fucked up. You done did it. All right,
Marshall,
Julia.
what else do you have to say about if you love your local brewery, whatever one you frequent the most?
They're going to close if you don't go.
If they have an
They're going
event,
to close if you don't go.
the Constant Optimist, if they have an event that is even semi-interesting to you, if you can make it, go. Support that event. That draws that brewery to do more events that people pay money to go to buy more pints, to do more at that brewery, with that brewery, for that brewery. Or if
We
there's
got
a
some guys
brewery,
in costume here. They're all
Excellent.
dressed up like crapper and nerds.
nothing wrong with that in my mind.
Yeah.
If there's a brewery you have not yet been to that you've been thinking about going to and they have an event, go. Support that event. Check out the brewery, do the event, have an amazing experience, and then tell them. Tell the brewery you appreciated their event. That way they know, okay, we need to do more stuff like this. If you don't let people know that you appreciate what they're doing, they don't know if they should continue doing it.
Correct.
Support your local breweries is basically what this all boils down to. But know what you're interested in and support those events that support that interest and that spark for you. But until you find those, keep listening to Cincy Beer events, and we will continue to tell you,
We'll tell you
all about
the
everything that
spaghetti
we know of.
every brewery is throwing
at
against the wall
Absolutely.
to try and make it stick.
Absolutely.
So there you
true.
go.
All right.
We do this for you.
We do.
Cheers.
Cheers, Marco.
Cheers.
Have a great one, guys. Happy Halloween.